Hey all of you out there in internet land, I hope you like cartoons because that's what a lot of videos on this channel will be about. For this video, I decided to rank every song from one of my very favorite cartoons, which is Milo Murphy's Law. In case you're unfamiliar, Milo Murphy's Law is a Disney Channel cartoon following the life of a boy named Milo, who has literal Murphy's Law, meaning that everything that can go wrong around him will go wrong. It was created by Dan Povenmire and Swampy Marsh, who are also the creators of Phineas and Ferb. And like Phineas and Ferb, Milo Murphy's Law has numerous great songs written for the series. There aren't nearly as many as in Phineas and Ferb, as Milo Murphy's Law has around 60 songs in its 2-season run, while the song count of Phineas and Ferb clocks in at over 400 so far, if you're loose with your definition of an actual song. But regardless, Milo Murphy's Law is full of great musical numbers, and in my opinion, it deserves more respect. I'll go over each song in order from worst to best, and give a few brief thoughts on each. For this video, I won't include jingles or extremely short songs, but everything in the Milo Wiki that's listed as a song is included in this ranking. The one exception is We're Gonna Do It Again, because as great as that song is, it was made for promotion and never appeared in the show itself. Also, my rankings are pretty subjective and don't always reflect how good I think a song is because I rank mostly based on how much I enjoyed it. So, before Murphy's Law strikes, let's get started.
She's a big, bold bombshell and she's just about to lose her patience.
I don't care for this episode much, and this song isn't anything special to me.
Welcome everyone to Lard World. Lard is slippery, greasy fun.
I like lard just as much as the next person, and the concept of a lard theme park is actually pretty hilarious, but just bruh.
Tobina, you got it going on, though it takes a makeup marathon to make you vaguely pretty.
You can probably tell that I didn't like this episode very much. With different lyrics, I'm sure I would have decently liked this song, but the whole concept of this episode and this song never really appealed to me. Not that it's bad, I just don't really enjoy it.
Substitute science teacher in space. Can you teach them in the brief interval where your lives overlap?
It's too short to get me invested, yet it feels too long, probably because it's supposed to be funny but isn't really. Although humor is subjective.
Oh, hello. I'm Mr. Fluffy Pants too. I'm just like, wait, no, it's not me, it's me.
Lyrics go, it's raining dogs and cats, it's raining cats and dogs. How original.
Freezing your hair and sweet soft air when you're out on the open sea.
This song really doesn't fit with the chaotic scene it goes with, but maybe that's the point?
I want a girl with a suit of armor.
Another song that's kind of fun, but too short for me to get into it.
We got 4 course muscles, a heart and a spleen. We can use a little plasma for some gasoline.
Again, pretty short, and gets repetitive despite that. A few extra points for the joke at the end though. It doesn't have many lyrics and gets interrupted by dialogue, but the beginning kinda rocks.
You're the best remaining when everyone's fat has been eliminated.
Super short, and not the most musically appealing, but it's funny.
We're hairy hamsters, domesticated rodent fans. You'll either like our music or you'll hate it.
Contrary to what the song says, I don't really hate or like this song.
You were up and I was down, you put me through it.
It's okay, the brilliant joke at the end is better than the actual song.
He's got noble intentions, but his recent inventions just highlight his best instead of planning skills.
I initially placed this song lower, but after another listen, I knew I had to fix that. It's not something I would listen to for the sake of it, but it's a doof song with electric guitar. I gotta cut it some slack.
I can't stick around, I'm going out.
think it fits the scene fairly well, but the lyrics don't really interest me.
I want your picture on a photograph, but I didn't know that it would take extensive labor.
This feels very similar to a lot of other songs in the show, and not as enjoyable as most of them, but I wouldn't mind listening to it sometimes. I do like how both the A-plot and B-plot are involved. Very repetitive, but I guess that's the point. I very much enjoy the scene that goes with this song, otherwise it would probably be lower.
There's a whole lot of things in this world you just don't know, girl.
The two versions of this song differ so much, and they're both pretty fun. That's all I have to say.
I'll get from here to there. You can count on me.
What it lacks in lyrics, it makes up for in pure doggo cuteness. Look, he's skydiving! Aww.
Well, we don't know where we're going, and we've got no ETA.
I love how they all sing together. It's part funny and part sweet.
We can all agree he'll never be the height of fashion.
A funny song paired with a hilarious montage, though the premise behind it is kinda bizarre.
We're going to the zoo. We're going to the zoo. And then we're gonna see some animals.
So this is the song that apparently shot Vinny Dakota to fame. The version in the show pretty much just repeats the same few lines over and over again, but you may or may not know that a longer version was made and never released. Dan Povenmire, who also happens to be the voice of Dakota, shared the longer version in an interview with Jonathan from the Second Dimension channel, link in the description. If the full version would have been in the show, this song would undoubtedly be higher on the list.
If you're in a motorsporting event, you've already got your parents' consent.
Although the lyrics keep getting interrupted by dialogue, I think the hilarious visuals and rockin' vibe make up for that. If you're wondering why it's not higher, just want to let you know that I like this song. I have nothing against it. It's just that this style of music isn't really my thing.
Toboggans are not where you typically look for romance.
It makes me laugh because of its lyrics, and the fact that it literally copies a Phineas and Ferb song. Also, because 60% of the people on the toboggan aren't worried in the slightest that they're on a literal moving death trap.
We're caught up in a spin, gotta keep the goulash in this pot so we can win the greatest goulash contest.
This song makes me want to try Hungarian soup, so I guess it worked.
It's not about the mistletoe or decorations that we keep in the basement.
I think the scene that accompanies this song is a great ending to this awesome episode. It's a sweet song too.
Right about now, you're just what I needed.
Milo is such a nice guy. I mean, he helps aliens who literally abducted him. I love how this song is used to make the scene even better.
I'm over here.
This one was a little hard to rank because it's interrupted so much, but that's kind of the point, so it's more like a funny scene that has singing in it than it is a funny song. But it's still hilarious to me, so here it is.
I can't find you where you've gone. Is it some exotic trip you're on?
Short, although most of these songs are, but I consider it a banger. Alright, those are my picks for numbers 63 to 35. I'll rank the rest of them in part 2, so you might want to hit subscribe if you don't want to miss it. It'll have even better songs than part 1, at least according to me, so if you like this one, hopefully you'll like part 2 even more. After all, this is only my first video. You could say that I'm just getting started. I really do want to thank you if you watched through the whole thing. It means a lot. Unless, you know, You just skip to the end in order to see what my 35th favorite Milo Murphy's Law song is. In that case, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, that's it from Barney Guana. God bless you, everybody, and remember to seize the day.